On that day, that wasn't a plan that I had made. I didn't write in my to-do list that day of April 9th to get shot today. It also doesn't happen to me. It doesn't happen to you. It's what we see on the news happening to people that we don't know. What do you do at a moment like that? And I parked the car, and I admit that I parked it illegally on Taylor Street. But I got out of the car and I knocked on the door of where I had just come from. Walked in, sat down. You wonder at a moment like that if these are your final moments of life. As I sat there, I thought a few things. What I do for a living and what I had done for a living, which was speaking, singing, broadcasting, narrating, all of those things, may have just come to an abrupt end. Because I could not make a single sound. I couldn't make a sound at all. If I tried, I don't even try to imitate the sound that came out. So I sat there, I waited for the ambulance, waited for the police to arrive. 2 officers came. They're asking me what happened. Obviously, it was pretty apparent what had gone on. I think there's a term that the kids use. It's called buzzkill, meaning, we're having a party and suddenly something happens. It's like, whoa. Well, I must have sobered up the crowd when I walked back in and sat down. And I had to motion that I had been shot, which was, again, pretty obvious. And I sat there and waited. And then 2 paramedics came. 2 guys whom I will never forget. And Bill and Henry, by the way, are their names. And we reunited with them 20 years later. It's now 22 years, but 20 years later at a Chicago Wolves hockey game, I brought those 2 guys back. We celebrate what we call hometown heroes, and we had them come out in full uniform, and it was the first time that the 3 of us were together since that fateful moment. And I walked out on the ice with them at the Allstate Arena as they saluted, and I sang and stood between these 2 heroes of mine. It was quite a moment. It was quite a moment. They were the guys who literally were part of the team that saved my life.